David Aldridge has been all over this stunner of a story and joins us here on Game Time. And DA, it seems safe to say most observers expected KD to do the same deal, but in OKC, and then reassess next summer. How surprised are folks around the league that he's making a move now?
Look, I think stunned is the word. I mean, I think a lot of people are stunned. We all knew it was a possibility. We all knew that Golden State had the best opportunity of all the teams, non-incumbent teams, to take him. We knew they made a very good presentation, as you would expect. But he still had to pull the trigger and leave. And that was a very surprising thing because Oklahoma City, over the course of the last 8 years that he's been there, you know, they haven't done a lot wrong. You can argue, you can relitigate the Harden thing if you want to, but the reality is they weren't going to pay the luxury tax that year, and that's just the bottom line. And they got Steven Adams out of the deal, so it's not like they got nothing out of that deal. They wound up getting a starting center who's very good and will be very good for a long time. They thought that bringing in Billy Donovan would help them get to the next level. They almost got to the next level. Maybe they should have gotten to the next level and gotten to the finals and maybe won the finals. But they didn't. And so that created an opportunity. And I think Golden State losing, ironically, in the finals created another opportunity because I think it would have been more difficult for KD to leave OKC to go to a team that had won 2 titles without him. But at the end of the day, this is about where he thought he had the best chance to win going forward. And he clearly thinks it's Golden State. And with him and with the Splash Brothers and Draymond Green, I can't say that he's wrong to think that.
It's amazing there have been so few of those 3-1 leads blown in playoff series. It's remarkable that 2 of them likely played a role in Durant's departure. And DA, it's not hard to connect the dots now and assume Durant has at least an inkling about Russell Westbrook's intentions when he becomes a free agent next summer. You've done some reporting on Russ as well. How likely is it that his days in OKC are numbered?
Well, look, I don't want to, get ahead of myself here, but, there was kind of speculation today that, well, maybe Oklahoma City could get him to do a renegotiation extension, which he's allowed to do entering the last year of his contract. I was told emphatically that that's not going to happen. So he's going to be a free agent next summer. Now, that doesn't mean he can't re-sign in Oklahoma City, because by doing this, he will be eligible for a huge payout next year if he were to sign a 5-year deal to stay with the Thunder, and that's certainly possible. It's also possible he could do exactly what Durant did today. And so you have to ask yourself, if you're Golden State or if you're Oklahoma City, going forward, what's your sense of confidence that you're going to get him to sign an extension after next year? I don't know that. I don't know Russell's thinking. I don't think anybody does, and anybody that tells you that they do, the speculation is that he wants to go to LA, but that is just speculation. It's going to be an interesting few weeks in Oklahoma City and a few months in Oklahoma City. I don't think now that Durant's gone, there's any real pressure on them in terms of time. I think they could pull the trigger on a Westbrook deal anytime they want up to the trade deadline because it's just changed. The goals probably are the same, but the reality is that Oklahoma City without Durant is not a title contender, not next season anyway. So even with Westbrook, I don't think they're a title contender. So I don't think there's any great time strain on them if they want to think about this for a few weeks or months and then see what they want to do.
DA, looking forward, you've touched on, let's say, there is a shakeup in OKC. We know Kevin Durant has already gone. I mean, where does it leave OKC? There's, they made a coaching change. They brought in, Billy Donovan. They thought that he was going to be the piece to kind of get him over the hump and satisfy Kevin Durant and satisfy Russell Westbrook. Now Kevin's gone. We're talking about Russell potentially leaving. They made some trades. They bring in Ilyasova. They bring in Oladipo. Where does it leave OKC now? I mean, is it a situation where you think that they blow it up and start all over again?
No, I don't think so, Ronnie. I mean, look, that's still a good team. Look, again, Steven Adams is a really good player. Now, he's going to be a really good player. They got Westbrook for one more year. He is a top 5 player in the league. So you still have a very good team. You still have a playoff team. You still have a team that very easily could get to a conference finals. I just don't think they're as good as Golden State right now. I think they're in that next group with San Antonio and the Clippers. You look at them and say, okay, if they get a break in terms of playoff seeding, They don't have to play each other in the first 2 rounds. They can avoid that second round series against either San Antonio or the Clippers. Yeah, they could get to the conference finals, but I don't think they can beat Golden State. I don't think anybody can beat Golden State right now. I just don't see the scenario where somebody beats that team 4 times. Now, I could be wrong. One injury changes everything. But right now, you look at that team, and I would ask anybody, certainly someone who's coached and played, how do you stop that group? How do you stop those 5 guys from scoring? Because I don't know how you do it. I'm not sure how you do it. Now, if maybe somebody's got a great idea, some crazy zone, but right now I don't know how you stop those guys.
Now, all due respect to the champion Cavaliers and everybody else out there, but there's an enormous gap between the Warriors and everyone else in the league as things stand right now.